Rahul Chandekara from Degree Electrical Engineering, Dr. Subhas Technical Campus, Junagadh. Today's our lecture based on linear time invariant system. So first of all, we study what is the linear system. If a system is linear, that means when an input to a given system is scaled by a value, the output of the system is scaled by the same amount. So it's called a linear. If anything added or scale into input is reflect in output. So a linear system also obey the principle of superposition. This means that if two inputs are added together and pass through a linear system, the output will be the sum of the individual inputs output. So it's called a linear system. It obeys the principle of superposition theorem. For the second part, the time invariant system. A time invariant system has the property that a certain input will always give the same output up to the timing without regard to when the input was applied to the system. It means a time invariant system are modeled with constant coefficient equation. A constant coefficient differential equation means that the parameter of the system are not changing over time and an input now will give the same result as the same input later. So it called time invariant system. So linear time invariant system means LTI system. We will have both the property of linear system and time invariant system. So let's check the outlines. The discrete time LTI system, it based on the convolution sum. In continuous time LTI system, it is based on the convolution integral. The properties of linear time invariant system. Causal LTI system described by differential and difference equation and singularity function. So this is the outline of our video lecture. So before start our example, we first study the convolution. What is the convolution and what's its application? We already introduced and defined a variety of system properties to which we will make frequent reference throughout the course. Of particular importance are the property of linearity and time invariance, both because system with this property represent a very broad and useful class, because with just these two property it is impossible or possible to develop some extremely powerful tools for system analysis and design. A linear system has the property that the response to a linear combination of input is the same linear combination of the individual response. The property of time invariance states that in effect the system is not sensitive to the time origin. More specifically, if we say if the input is shifted in time by some amount, then the output is simply shifted by the same amount. So it's called time invariant. The importance of linearity derives from the basic notion that for a linear system, if the system input can be decomposed as a linear combination of some basic input and the system response is known for each of the basic input, then the response can be constructed as the same linear combination of the response to each of the basic input. Signal or function. Signal can be decomposed as a linear combination of basic signal in a wide variety of ways. For example, if we want to make some system, like we take one example from the maths, like we have to expand Taylor series expansion that express a function in polynomial form. So however, in the context of our treatment of signal and system, it is particular importance to choose the basic signal in the expansion so that in some sense the response is easy to compute. For systems that are both linear and time invariant, there are two particular useful choices for this basic signal: delay impulse and complex exponential. For study convolution, in this lecture we begin with the representation of discrete time signal and linear combination of delay impulse. So represent of discrete time signal in term of impulses. So any discrete time signal can be constructed by discrete time unit impulse. So we can think as a sequence of shift discrete time unit impulse scaling by the value of x of n. So for example, we take x of n at the origin 0 point, there is a one signal at 1, 2 at below, 3 at 4, -1, -2, -3 and -4. There are 9 signal on x of n. For finding x of -2, we will only for particular x at -2. So we just shift delta n to delta n plus 2. So x minus 2, let me check brush. So x minus 2, its a question is delta n plus 2. We have to remove it again. So here x minus 2 delta n plus 2 equal to x of minus 2 equal to n equal to minus 2. So x of minus 2 equal to n equal to minus 2, otherwise 0 for n not equal to minus 2. So we telling about the particular signal of minus 2. Likewise for plus 2, so x2 multiplied by delta n minus 2. So here the first question is delta n, the x of 2 delta n minus 2 equal to x of 2 when n equal to 2, otherwise 0 for n non equal to 2. So we can also, this is only we describe here two signals, but we can describe all the signal of x of n. So we can think as a sequence of shift discrete time unit impulse scaling by the value of xn. Any discrete time signal can be constructed by discrete time unit impulse. So this is unit impulse x minus 2 delta n plus 2, and for x of 2, the x of 2 multiplied by delta n minus 2. So if we add all the 9 signal individually, then we can get x of n. For all the value of xn, we can write x of minus 3 delta n plus 3 for this signal, x of minus 3 multiplied by delta n plus 3 plus second signal x minus 2 into delta n plus 2, then next signal x minus 1 into delta n plus 1, then x of 0 delta n, then after this signal x of 1 into delta n minus 1. Likewise for 2 x of 2 delta n minus 2. Likewise for 3 x of 3 delta n minus 3. For to make equation we can write as a x of n equal to, let me erase everything and again I will write x of n equal to summation k equal to minus infinite to infinite xk delta n minus k. So this is the equation. Xn is equal to minus infinity to infinity xk delta n minus k. If we put k equal to 0, then x0 multiplied by delta n. If put 1, then x1 multiplied by delta n minus 1. So we can get this equation. Let's check next slide. So here the question is equal to delta. So x of n equal to x minus 3 delta n plus 3. Second is here plus 3, then plus x of minus 2 delta n plus 2 plus x minus 1 delta n plus 1 plus x of 0 plus delta n plus x of 1 delta n minus 1 plus x of 2 delta n minus 2 plus x of 3 delta n minus 3. So our equation is xk delta n minus k. So we can get this equation from this example. So we can represent the signal as a graphical or as a mathematical equation. Here we are taking another example. Like before 0 there is a no signal, all the value is 0. It means n less than 0 equal to 0, but n equal to 0 or greater than 0, it all value are 1. So n greater than or equal to 0, its value is 1. So our example un equal to 0 for left side, or n less than 0, and 1 for equal to 0 or greater than 0 value of n. So our equation become u of n summation plus infinity and minus k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity xk delta n minus k equal to summation. Here we have all the value 0 for negative infinity or negative side, so we put 0 to plus infinity summation k equal to 0 to infinity xk. Xk value is all the value is 1, so the xk value is 1, so only we put delta n minus k. So his question is delta. So our final equation become u of n u of n equal to summation k equal to 0 to plus infinity delta n minus k for this type of signal. We just learning how to represent graphical method to mathematical method. Now the discrete time unit impulse response and the convolution sum representation of LTI system. The signal x of n can be represented as a superposition of scale version of very simple set of elementary function, namely shifted unit impulse delta n minus k. Let hk of n denoted the response of the linear system to the shifted unit impulse delta n minus k. So it is the response, hkn is the response of the linear system and system to the shifted unit impulse delta n minus k. So we get xn to yn, xn as the input, yn as the output. If we put delta n minus k, then we get output as a hn minus k. So our output is hkn. So here we can describe as a xn as a input, discrete time system, and yn as output. Delta n minus k is input, then hkn is our output. From the superposition of linear system, the response yn of the linear system to the input xn is simply the weighted linear combination of this basic response. For delta n minus k, the output is hkn, and xk delta n minus k, we get this, we describe before 2 or 3 slide, xk delta n minus k, so that our output is xk hkn, hk of n. So now we have to find for this input the output of the discrete time system is xk, the response as a hk of n. Here take some example for understand this phenomena. If we put k equal to minus 1, then xk equal to x minus 1, delta n minus k equal to, if we put k equal to minus 1, then here is the minus k, so delta n plus 1 due to minus minus 1, and our response of output is x minus 1 and h of minus 1 n. So we have next slide. If we don't understand what I writing on screen, so here if we put k equal to minus 1, then x of minus 1, delta n minus k, but minus k equal to minus 1, so delta n plus 1, then discrete time system is x minus 1, h of minus 1 of n. So whatever the value of n at the minus 1 value. So if we put k equal to 0, the x0 delta n, x0 h0 n. So this is the different value of k. It rise between minus infinity to plus infinity. So x, so is dotted indicate minus infinity to plus infinity. So if we put k equal to 1, then x1 equal to delta n minus 1, x1 h1 n. So all the summation of output yn equal to minus infinity to infinity, summation of for k value minus infinity to infinity, xk HKN. So it's called convolution summation, convolution of the system. For understand these things, we taking one example. If we know the response of a linear system to this set of shifted unit impulses, we can construct the response to an arbitrary input. For example, Xn is given for at origin point its value 1 at some more value, at 2 to plus infinity all the values are 0. For negatives have -1 at a some value, and -2 to minus infinity is all values are 0. So it's all the values are 0. For minus infinity after 2 all the values are 0. So our x of n is here. Now we check what is the value of h minus 1, delta n plus 1, delta n minus 1. So if we want to check delta n plus 1, then xk delta n plus 1. So the delta n plus 1, we have to check h minus 1. If we want to check delta n, then we have to check h0n. If we want to check delta n minus 1, then we have to check h1n. So the response to the signal delta n plus 1, delta n and delta n minus 1 are h minus 1, h0n, h1n. So h minus 1n equal to the value h minus 1 equal to the value, so at the 0 point some value 1, 2 and the minus 1. So for h0 value, so this is the final value from this equation. So we get the output of h minus 1, h0n and h1n of the system as per the system response. So this is the response of the system. Now we have to multiply with x of minus 1, x0 or x1. Like x minus 1, we have h minus 1, so we have to multiply by x minus 1. We have h0n, so multiply with x0, h1n, so multiply with x1. So now this is the already given for our understanding. So now we have the response to the signal x minus 1 multiplied by delta n plus 1. So our signal is in the first one. The next is x0 multiplied by delta n, so value of 0. So value of minus 1, and the x1, it means the value of 1, delta n minus 1. So our output is x minus 1, h minus 1 is here after the response. So x0, h0n multiply with these three things. So we get all the things. After the convolution sum, we add xn and yn to all the values add at yn. So this is our output xn and yn. After addition, how we can add at the particular point 0. This is minus, this is plus, and this is 0. So whatever the value, it will be multiplied. So addition and subtraction. The first value here at 0 is negative, here is positive. So after addition it will be subtract, due to both are in reverse direction, and at here 0 point value is 0. So the output summation is also 0 for origin. Likewise, point at y of 1, y of 2, y of minus 1, y of minus 2, we have to add. If both the signal in same side, then we add. If the opposite side, then we subtract. So our conclusion, if the system is time invariant, then this response to the time shifted unit impulses are all time shifted version of each other. Specifically, since delta n minus k is the time shifted version of delta n, the response hk of n is a time shifted version of h0 n. So hk of n equal to h0 the n minus k, shifted version of k. For national convenience, we will drop the subscript of h0n and define the unit impulse response. So hn equal to h suffix 0 n. So now onwards we will not write suffix to the h. So we will write directly like hn, not like h0n or whatever from onwards. So the equation of the y of response of LTI system, it is the yn equal to k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k h n minus k. This is referred to as the convolution sum. We will present the operation of convolution symbolical as y of n xn star means convolution, xn convolution hn. The convolution sum representation for discrete time system are linear and time invariant. So in the next lecture we will study how the convolution done in mathematically and also in graphical method. Just here we see the fundamentals of convolution summation, how it will useful. So next video lecture will be based on the how to do convolution. So y of n equal to xn is our input, hn is our impulse response. So the output of any linear time invariant system, the output of linear time invariant system equal to the convolution between input n and the impulse response. So this is output yn, this is xn is input, and this is the response of the system for impulse. So if we convolution between input and response, then we get the desired output. So let's take a small example for the convolution. We consider an LTI system with impulse response hn as given in the first value. The hn equal to at the point 0, 1, 2, all the values is 1, other all the values are 0, and xn equal to 0.5 at origin 0, and a x of n equal to 2 for the n equal to 1. So here all the input and the impulse response are given. We have to find output by using convolution. So the response of the system equal to, if we put k equal to 0, then x of 0 h n minus 0 plus if we put 1, then the x1 hn minus 1, then cause xn have two value 0 and 1, other are all the value are 0, so we put k equal to 0 and 1, just two values, so we get this equation. So x of 0 equal to 0.5, x of 1 equal to 2, so we put 0.5 hn plus 2 hn minus 1. So now 0.5 hn equal to 0.5 multiplied by our impulse response. So our impulse response, all the value is 1, but we multiply by 0.5, then the value is 0.5 at 0, 0.5 at 1, 0.5 at 2. So this is the 0.5 hn, this is the 0.5 hn, then 2h minus 1. The first we shift hn minus 1. So here all the values started from 0, 1, 2. So we n minus 1, it means we shifted toward right side. So the value will shifted due to n minus 1 and multiply by 2. So the only value is 2, 2, 2 at the point 1, 2, 3. After the addition, so addition point 0 and 0, the value is 0.5 plus 0, it means 0.5. For 1, it is 0.5 and 2, so obviously it value 2.5. For 2 point, its value 2 and again 0.5, so the summation is 2.5. But at the point 3, there is no value, it means 0. At the 3, it is value 2, so here is 2. So this is the output of the LTI system with the impulse response is given and input is given. So we get this output by using convolution method.